You are Locked On Tigers Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Detroit on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
I mean, come on. This run, it just, each and every night when I feel like it can't get any better, it does. This game had it all, and we're going to talk about it. Welcome into a live Locked On Tigers postcast. I am your host, Jake Rietma. You can follow me on Twitter at Jake_Rietma, and we're going to have a lot of people joining, which makes this Locked On Tigers postcast that much more enjoyable. So if you're new, my name is Jake Rietma, formerly with 97.1 The Ticket, now with Locked On Sports Detroit. And you couldn't dream of a better scenario for the month of September. The gritty Tigers just finding ways to win. Tonight they ambushed the opposition. Parker Meadows with the home run. And like I said, we're going to go on and on. Jackson Jobe makes his debut. My goodness, we've got so much to break down. And that's why we thank you for making Locked On Sports Detroit, Locked On Tigers postcast, your post-game destination following the final out, your first listen. We are here for you, free and available wherever you get your podcast. And of course, on YouTube, Locked On Sports Detroit. Do me a favor and subscribe. While you're at it, go ahead and like the video. It doesn't cost you anything, doesn't take any time either, and we appreciate it. And I think the Locked On Tigers postcast is going to be just like Comerica Park. Come one, come all, let's get loud and let's just live it up, because the magic number is down to 3. It could be as low as 2 if the Marlins take care of business. They're against the Twins, obviously, and that game is still going on right now. So much going on. Buckle up, dial it in. We've got a fun episode for you. And as always, we thank you for making Locked On Tigers postcast your post-game destination. Today's episode of the Locked On Tigers postcast is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. The right stay can make you a fan of any city, even your baseball rivals. Book today on Booking.com, the official accommodation partner of Major League Baseball. Get the Booking.com app today. Now, listen, this is what it's all about. We can start making, I know. Listen, I'm fully aware of what the magic number is. There's still baseball to be played. I think we all have that understanding. But at the same time, we'd be crazy not to start thinking about what the reality is and what this Tigers team has positioned themselves to do. So I'm of the belief that you believe it, you believe it's going to happen, you don't shy away from it, and this Tigers team is that close to clinching one of the most improbable playoff berths in really MLB history. No other team, aside from I believe it's the 73 Mets, will go down as a team that overcame such far odds to reach the MLB postseason, 10 games under 500 in the month of August. The list goes on, and it is just mind-boggling. We got so many comments to get into. I want to get into them in this opening segment, but if you missed any of the game, here's how it all went down. 7-1 Tigers win. What a start to this game. Parker Meadows, and I tweeted this out, we pray to you, Parker Meadows, whether it's making plays defensively, big-time at-bats, this guy just gets it. He embodies what the gritty Tigers are all about. When he's in the lineup, this Tigers team wins. He runs the bases with the length of his strides. You hear Benetti talk about that all the time. He can chase anything down in center field, and today he gets it done with the long ball. Love that. And the Tigers weren't done in the first inning. A couple more hits from Matt Vierling and then Riley Green, and the hit parade to jump on the opposition in that opening frame in the bottom half of the first inning. Just you've got a packed house, you've got a crowd ready to explode. That's the way you ambush them. Now, the Riley Green, I should add as well, Riley Green doubled, and then Wenzel Perez gets the RBI single there to score Riley Green. So it was Green that doubled, then Wenzel Perez in the bottom of the first. Vierling had a hit later on that we'll get to. But that being said, man, just a great job by the offense, because Keider Montero did not have his best stuff. And I think we can all agree with that. That's back-to-back starts now where he has not looked good, going back to following up that complete game shutout he had against the believe that was the Orioles, or what, it might have been the Rockies, but it was when the Tigers were back home. I'm sure someone in the comments can help me out with that. But anyways, his last 2 times out, he has not looked particularly great. And I don't think it's an area of concern yet, but this was an example where the offense got it done tonight. The offense picked up this pitching staff, and not even the pitching staff, just Keider Montero, because obviously giving up 1 run, you're going to win a lot of games. They gave up 1 run yesterday with Scooble going 7 strong, and then 2 innings from Bo Brisky, 1 run again today, because I mean, these guys, this is crazy. And I bookmarked this again so I wouldn't miss it. You have Sean Guenther come in, then you have Hanafy. That's right. Brennan Hanafy and Guenther, they combined for 3 innings, just 1 hit. Tyler Holton, we know what he can do. 1 1/3. He was fantastic. Will Vest goes an inning. And then Jackson Jobe makes his MLB debut. Just when you thought the night couldn't get any better, you've got the exclamation point at the end of Jackson Jobe making his MLB debut, and the crowd was into it. They were loving it. But I wanted to share this from my boy Jeff Rieger, best friend over there at 97.1 The Ticket, longtime coworkers, started in the business as his producer. Not that we need to get into all that, but look at these improvements in ERA from Toledo to the Bigs. We'll start with Sean Guenther, 3.31 ERA in Toledo, 1.00 ERA in Detroit. Brendan Hanafy, 5.17 ERA in Toledo, 2.05 in Detroit. Quite the significant improvement. Ty Madden, 7.97 ERA in Toledo, 3.60 ERA in Detroit. Brant Herter, 5.80 in Toledo, 2.61 in Detroit. Maybe I should say we pray to Chris Fetter too, because my goodness, he is worth his weight in gold. The impact he has had on this bullpen and just the entire pitching staff is a huge reason why the Tigers are the hottest team in baseball and a team of destiny. There is no doubt about it. All right, lots more to get into, but the comments are filling up, and that is what this POSTCAST destination is all about. Just like Sports Talk Radio, we let your voice be heard. Use the comment function, and I will do my best. Now, full disclosure again, because I think we got a lot of new people on the stream. Self-producing here, we're going to work through it. Maybe I don't get to every single one of the comments, but I certainly will try. All right, Curtis Seibert Jr. It could be number 2 if the Miami Marlins take care of Minnesota. That's right. Caden Keider, get in here. Ryan, that 93-mile-per-hour cutter in the atmosphere in your debut. Jobe is special. Yeah, the crowd was loving it. Jordan Ramirez, the Tigers are hot. That's right. They said, don't let the Tigers get hot, and they got hot. Gareth Ridings, congratulations to the Tigers and Jackson Jobe for a stellar performance. Total team effort tonight. You gotta love it. Soul Blaster 59, absolute Tigers domination. All around plays from everyone. Green with the base hit. Steal. Every pitcher is great. Even that major league debut from Jobe was beautiful. It's a great time to be a Tiger. It sure is. And we have waited so long for this. And that's why it just feels so good. I mean, even this year, go back to some of those Locked On Tigers postcasts we were doing in June and July. And I'm calling up my bosses at Locked On saying, hey, I don't think there's not really big appetite for Locked On Tigers postcasts right now. And, stick with it. And now look at us. Started from the bottom. Now we are here. And man, this team embodies what the city of Detroit is all about. You've got AJ Hinch, that should be the manager of the year. And that, again, I can't compliment the guy enough. You've got Chris Fetter, the best pitching coach in baseball. You've got a group of young kids that are just wide-eyed, not letting the moment get the best of them. In fact, the opposite, seizing the moment and playing to their absolute best, and a pitching staff that is just mowing down the opposition. Chalk it all up. It's a magic number of 3 and potentially down to 2. Let me get a live look in on that Marlins Twins game. Top of the 7th, still tied at 3. So we'll keep you abreast on that. Let's get to a few more comments. Detroit Sports Talk. Let's go Tigers. Detroit Sports Talk. Hit that like button for Jake's show. Show him some love. Appreciate that. Jason Walter. He's been a regular since day one. Jobe, loud noises. That's exactly how I felt. And I loved that Bally, at least on the MLB TV, I assume it would be the same on Bally, stuck with the break, stayed at Comerica Park during the break between the conclusion of the bottom of the 8th and into the top of the 9th, so you could hear the ovation for Jackson Jobe. Just amazing stuff. Rally Cap baseball talk. Let's go. Can't believe we are 3 games away from clinching. So close, man. And if you're watching on YouTube, listen, I'm going to get a little animated because that's my personality. If you're listening to the audio only version, you don't have to see me fist bumping with every single comment. All right, T19 wings. Damn, special this run. Yeah, it is. That special is a great way to describe it. There is no doubt about that. Demetrius McNeil, he's been with us since day one. Shout out to Demetrius. That goes to show you that the Detroit Tigers are gritty more than ever. Oh, shoot, going to the game tomorrow, and we are winning that game. And it's my last one as well. Day game tomorrow. Enjoy, everybody. And you know what we say about the Locked On Tigers postcast. Day game variety. You can tell your boss to shove it, and you can watch Locked On Tigers wherever you're at, even if you're at the office. Curtis Seibert Jr., I'll post the score. All right. 1-0 with J-Mo in the seat, says Born Cool. That's right. Everybody's on board for this Tigers team. The Lions, the Red Wings were there last night. The Red Wings were playing their first preseason game in Chicago tonight. Looking forward to that as well. But, man, it's just – what a time to be a Detroit sports fan. And we've got Locked On Sports Detroit for all your post-game destination. All right, Matt Wood says, 1 shall stand, 1 shall fall. Optimus Prime. All right. We got Dan in the comments. What's up, Dan? This run is just insane. Following it from a distance, it almost doesn't feel real. It certainly does. I was talking with my group text today of my closest friends from college. We all played football at Northwood together and won the X, something Dan would know a lot about. But it just, if you were to tell a stranger about this Tigers run, you just couldn't even, the words don't do it justice. You would literally have to say, no. This team in August was 10 games out of a playoff spot. This team was sellers at the deadline. There's so many things you could get into about how improbable this run is, where, again, the average person might not believe it if you didn't watch it every day. YouTube user Riley Green could become the left-handed version of Dave the Cobra Parker. Perhaps. I think Riley Green is good just as Riley Green. All right. Nats lose to the Royals. Yes, we'll keep our eye on that, as well as the as the magic number continues to climb. The Royals have been, the Twins have been worse, but the Royals have not been good either. So they get the win there. So, all right, we're going to catch our breath. So many more comments to get into, and I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody tuning in. We got to keep the lights on here at Locked On Sports Detroit. So don't go anywhere. I want to talk more about the Jackson Jobe debut. I want to talk more about Keider Montero and the pitching efforts from tonight, and just continue to soak this in one segment at a time. And of course, we'll keep you updated on the Twins score as well. Don't go anywhere. The Locked On Tigers postcast is just getting started. Hey, this episode of the Locked On Tigers postcast is brought to you by Booking.com. Yeah. That's right. It's time to explore those U.S. cities you always secretly wanted to learn more about. And it's okay if it's another baseball rival city, because you know what? The postseason is coming right up, and I got a great feeling the Tigers are going to be a part of it. And with hotels, bed and breakfast, vacation rentals, resorts, and so much more on Booking.com, you might just find your perfect stay even in your baseball rival city during the postseason. Maybe it's time to taste test your baseball competition stadium cuisine. I'd put Comerica Parks up against just about anybody's. But luckily on Booking.com, you can find the stadium stay that's right for you. With Booking.com's wide variety of choices across the United States, you can go incognito to all your baseball rival cities. But I say nay to that. Wear your team's apparel, way loud, be proud. You know how it is. You know how us Tigers fans are. When we're on the road, that's right, we are repping the old English D. Booking.com delivers exactly the right U.S. stay for you, and they can help you book a stay that's close to your home team or your rival stadium. No matter what, no matter who you're rooting for this postseason as well, Booking.com can make you the best baseball fan. The right stay can make you a fan of any U.S. city, even your baseball rivals. Book today at Booking.com and download the Booking.com app. Booking.com, Booking.yeah. Hey, this episode of the Locked On Tigers postcast is also brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel. We've been telling you all about FanDuel for quite some time, and why wouldn't we? It's America's #1 sportsbook. And listen up, NFL fans, you can start the season with a big return on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, also the official betting partner of Major League Baseball. When you get a hunch in the middle of a game, you can check out the latest stats, view live play-by-play, and so much more, all on one landing spot, one landing destination. That's right, FanDuel.com. Add it to your favorites, add it to your home screen, so you don't miss any of the action. You can get started with $200 in bonus bets. Let me say that again. $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet to get started on FanDuel.com. As always, you can visit FanDuel.com for live odds as well. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. We got a ton of people tuning in for that. I sincerely appreciate each and every one of you. I say thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's been so fun to be on this postseason run on Locked On Sports Detroit and the Locked On Tigers postcast. Every night it's something new, and every night this team does something to they just are doing the right things to win games. And I know that's a very simplistic analysis. It's not even an analysis. It's just there's so many different ways to describe chemistry, aura, body language, camaraderie, all of that. But this team has it. And I know they were talking about this in the broadcast booth for a little bit tonight. Winning helps. Yes, obviously. That's the most obvious statement you can make. But what comes first? The camaraderie, the chemistry and excitement, enjoying being together, or the winning? And I almost feel like it for this Tigers team, we're not on the road with them, but you can hear the stories, you can see the body language and that sort of thing. But I really do think this team gelled and connected from really the beginning, and you're seeing that come into fruition now in the best of ways. And I think there's probably a lot of teams in the American League that do not want to play the Detroit Tigers in the postseason. But I know, got to get there, fully aware. Magic number down to 3. Let's see if we've had any update on the Marlins and Twins. Does not look like we have. It is in the bottom of the 7th with the Twins and Marlins all tied up at 3. In any case, I will say worst case scenario, Magic number still down to 3. And we will continue just to be dialed in. And remember, the Tigers have won 8 of their last 9 series now with the win today. And when you look at the team coming to town, it's no secret. It's the worst team in baseball. They are a historically bad team. Let's get the day game tomorrow. Another sweep of the Rays obviously would be ideal. And then we can look ahead at what this magical weekend could mean in the Motor City. Couple of comments or more comments to get to. And like I said, appreciate everybody chiming in, and I want to make it as collaborative as possible. Let's see. Up next is Jay Lefebvre 18. The Tigers are indeed hot. Rally Cap Baseball Talk. Meadows was amazing again. Mike Doyle, I can't wait to see Jobe as a starting pitcher next year, but wow, what a pitcher. He was only one inning, very small sample size. I thought he was going to get that K on the first batter he faced. They showed his family there and everything. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Just incredible. Right. 97.1 has some apologizing to do. They were D1 haters 2 months ago. LOL. Yeah, I can get into that. I think majority of the on-air hosts, and that always cracked me up, is 97.1 The Ticket. Every host has a different opinion. They look at things differently. When I was there, I mean, I didn't ask anybody for, what should I say here? You just have your own opinion. And I think it's a combination of calling it how you see it and an improbable turnaround. I mean, let's give credit to the Tigers for the improbable turnaround as well. Jason, what a magical run by the Tigers. Mary Jo Isaacson, my grandma. That's right. She's on the stream. Of course she is. The Tigers are the best right now. We're going to the playoffs. Whoa, MJ. Whoa, we've still got a few games to win. I'm sure she was there again tonight. They were there last night too. Those grandparents of mine. All right, Zach and Sammy. This year reminds me of the 2006 Tigers. It does feel like that. It's crazy to consider from Jason Walter here. We had 1.5 starters for a month. Yeah, that is also insane. I was telling some of my colleagues at 105.3 The Fan, the flagship of the Texas Rangers, like there was a month where the Tigers had one starting pitcher. They had Tarek Skubal and then forced Keider Montero to be that other starter. And it's just insane when you think this team had less than a 1% chance to make the playoffs. It's crazy. It is so crazy. All right, YouTube user, I'm so happy. I want to cry tears of joy. Yeah, that when if and when that time comes, I'm already tongue-tied just thinking about it. I think there's going to be some emotion. It's been 10 years, and you can just instantly think back to where you were during those playoff runs and how special it was in the Motor City. And we are on the brink of experiencing that again. And I also think the Jim Leyland night, they dedicated, honored Jim Leyland, and he spoke to the team. I think that there's something about the way that galvanized this team and turned them around. So just incredible stuff all the way around. We've got so many people joining in. The Torque Bomb, I can't believe I haven't even mentioned the Torque Bomb. Well, great to see that as well. I thought all of the home runs between Spencer Torkelson and Parker Meadows, that adds just such a lift. But the one from Torque in the 6th inning, his 10th of the season, it felt like he was just battling, and finally got a mistake and did not miss it. That stuff you love to see. So Meadows and Torque with the home run. Other guys, Riley Green had the RBI, Wenzel Perez had the RBI, and Spencer Torkelson had 3 RBI, along with Dylan Dingler, that RBI single as well. So 2 hits tonight for Dylan Dingler. Obviously, there's been conversation and concern with his lack of production as of late. But hey, I think we know Jake Rogers is this team's catcher, but to mix him into the lineup and for him to be able to conduct a one run through 9 innings with this pitching staff, obviously called a good game. We'll take that production as well. Okay, one more segment to go. We'll look at the wild card standings. We'll tie a bow on it. We'll continue to have a lot of fun because this is fun. This is incredible stuff that we are witnessing. And I've said it time and time again, ESPN's writers at the 30 for 30 or whatever docu-series you want, get your pen out and start documenting what's going on with this Detroit Tigers team. Maybe it's a movie like Moneyball. Maybe it is some kind of way to preserve this for future generations and to tell this incredible story, because this Tigers team is a team of destiny, and what they are doing is putting it's the best story in Major League Baseball. And this comment points it out. Mr. Nick can't believe the Tigers are on this kind of run without Javi Baez. There it is. That's my opening line of the 30 for 30 about this Detroit Tigers team. What if I told you losing the worst baseball player in the history of the game would spark this team? And then the 30 for 30 opens, and it's the sound on tape of Javi Baez is out for the rest of the season. And then boom, Tigers win. And that's how the 30 for 30 starts. That's just my idea. But yeah, we'll say something nice about Javi at a later time. Decoy says he likes Carlos Pena in the booth. Yeah, I think between him and Gibby, with Benetti, steering the ship, Benetti, not missing out, but electing to be at Comerica Park Saturday instead of the Fox college football broadcast that he typically does on Friday or on Saturday is pretty neat. So shout out to him. All right. We really are going to take a break because we're going to keep the lights on here, and we are going to tie a bow on this episode of the Locked On Tigers Postcast. We got a ton of people tuning in for that. I say thank you. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on Locked On Tigers Postcast. Hey, this episode of the Locked On Tigers Postcast is brought to you by Game Time. That's right. Download the Game Time app. Use that code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. And you might be saying, Jake, why would I download the Game Time app? Well, I'm so glad you asked, because the Game Time app is the best app ever for buying tickets to live events. First and foremost, low price guarantee. What's that mean? They guarantee the lowest price. And if you find a better deal, Game Time's got you covered 110% of the difference. That's wild. How can they do that? Well, they guarantee the lowest price possible, especially as you get closer and closer to game time. And there's a lot of stress when it comes to buying tickets. I remember buying tickets for a whole bachelor party one time, and you're not sure if you're getting the best deal, the best view, whatever. There's a lot of uncertainty when you're using the mobile app, and you got to have it on your phone. No, not with Game Time, because you get a high-res photo from where your seat's going to be at. You can toggle the all-in price feature, which is my favorite because I just want to know how much am I going to pay for the ticket. When you toggle that all-in price, it shows you exactly what you're going to pay. No surprise fees at checkout. Make sure you turn that feature on in the app so you know exactly how much you're paying. That's my favorite part. There's also what I love. The Game Time ticket coverage. Purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the entire ticketing industry. That's how Game Time takes the stress and takes the guesswork out of buying tickets by using that Game Time app. Download the app, create an account, use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. And don't forget, terms apply, but create that account and redeem the code LOCKEDONMLB. That's Locked On MLB for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. And I ask you, what time is it? Game time. Tigers win this one. They just continue to win. Win, win, win. That's win, 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 win. Is there a song about that? Yeah, it's 4 wins in a row, 8 out of their last 9 series. Let me make sure I counted that up right. So they series win now with the Rays. Let's go get the sweep tomorrow. Series win over the Orioles. That's 2. Royals is 3. Orioles is 4. Rockies is 5. Athletics is 6. Lost to the Padres, so that's 6 out of 7. Red Sox is 7 out of 8. Angels 8 out of 9. White Sox 9 out of 10. I shortchanged them. 9 out of 10 series. Incredible stuff. Last check on the Twins and Royals, and God, believe in a 5-3 Twins. We don't love that. However, that's the beauty of controlling your own destiny. Tigers continue to take care of business. It's that simple. Win, 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 and you're in. You got to love it. Magic number still at 3, depending on what happens down the stretch, but Twins do have a 5-3 lead now. If the Twins hold on, magic number's at 3. It's real simple. You win tomorrow, you win Friday. Maybe in one of those days you get some help. If not, you win Saturday, and then you can rest Tarek Skubal and save him for the postseason. Again, that's what we are believing in, so I think it's fine talking about it, and that's my thoughts on the entire thing. Okay, lots more to get in. Mike Doyle with an interesting proposition here. If the Tigers are in the playoffs by the last game, do you pitch Jobe? I don't hate that idea. I don't know if they'll do it because I think they want to have Jackson Jobe in the bullpen, and that's why they've brought him up, because he can obviously add value with the electric stuff that he has, but that is not the worst idea I've ever heard. While we're into making bets, Carter Radke got the Tigers to win the World Series at, wow, is that plus 100,000? It's a lot of zeros there. Oh, man. I can't wait to pay off or have my Tarek Skubal Cy Young bet pay off at plus 680 when I made it before the season began. So, woohoo, pat myself on the back. All right. Game tomorrow, day game. So you know the drill. You can skip work. You can watch Locked On Tigers postcast. Tigers tomorrow have not named. No, they have named a starter. Okay, then we knew this. Reese Olson's pitching tomorrow. 1:10 first pitch. The Rays is who have not made an announcement on their starter yet. Garrett Crochet will pitch Friday for the White Sox. I saw where White Sox manager Grady Sizemore had something about wanting to win, and that's great, Grady. Go back to getting eaten alive by Curtis Granderson and having him rob your home runs when you were a member of the Cleveland, then Indians. You can't say it then. No, Grady Sizemore is a good player, but I do find it odd that I just think when your team's lost as many games as the White Sox, you just don't say anything. But hey, there you go. All right. Now, all that being said, tomorrow 1 o'clock or 1:10 first pitch. Tigers go for the sweep over the Rays. Magic number, we'll say for now, again, this is a live Locked On Tigers postcast. So if you're catching the audio version, things could change. But in all likelihood, magic number stays at 3. And we continue to, we just got it. Yeah, Ryan let us know, 7-3 Twins base clearing double. So, all right, barring some kind of, incredible collapse, which maybe the Twins are capable of, we're going to say magic number at 3 as we sign off here. So Tigers win tonight. Love it. Locked On Tigers postcast. Subscribe to Locked On Sports Detroit. Like today's video. Share it. Both of those. I got the little YouTube analytics report. I'm not a big analytics guy. You guys know that. But all the numbers were green. So I think that's a good thing. Things are going up and up and up, up. And we love that. We absolutely love that. It's a testament to each and every one of you. Now, make sure you're checking out Locked On Tigers with Scott Bentley on the day-to-day. I give you the instant reaction of what we just saw. We chop it up. We watch other scores. We have a great time. We have a party. Scott Bentley gives you the in-between of all the stories, all the headlines, a little bit more of a calculated approach, just different styles because I'm the postcast. He's the day-to-day. Together, we make a great team at Locked On Sports Detroit and Locked On Tigers. You can find the audio version of today's show on the Locked On Tigers page, wherever you get your podcast. Make sure you subscribe to Locked On Sports Detroit. Follow me on Twitter at Jake_Riepma. I think that covers everything, but man, what a night. What a show. What a night. The Tigers get the win. Spencer Torkelson goes yard. Parker Meadows goes yard. That bullpen combines for just the bullpen goes all the way because, Montero gave up the 1 run in 2 2/3. So the bullpen takes it the rest of the way. They were fantastic. Everything is awesome. It really is. It's like a sincere everything is awesome with this team. Chris Fetter punching all the right buttons with the pitching staff. AJ Hinch doing the Lord's work as the manager of this team. You can't say enough about where we are right now, and it's just incredible stuff. So have a wonderful rest of your evening. Early game tomorrow or day game tomorrow. Can't wait to talk to all of you then. Have a great night. We'll see you next time on Locked On Sports Detroit.